What's happening, guys? This is Bharat Nagpal for iGain.in, and today we're going to be reviewing the new Carbon A21. Now, this is a phone that was recently launched in India and possibly one of the first hands-on that we did a couple of days back. We got a lot of requests for you guys to speed up the review on this, and we really did. We just got to play with it for a couple of days, so you have to assume that this review is based on a couple of days of usage, not an entire 15 days that we usually take. So looking at the device, you can see that it's a fairly nice looking device. In terms of the overall build quality, we are pretty impressed with what companies like Carbon have started doing. Indian companies have really come out at par with build qualities when it comes to in comparison with other manufacturers, non-Indian manufacturers, global manufacturers. So in terms of that, build quality is really nice. You have a really nice camera bezel, black accents on the white body. So you can see that we have lots of nice accents, including the buttons. You have the black camera bezel, you have the nice black accent volume button as well, and you have a really nice black shiny glossy bezel which looks really nice on the device, especially this white color. Even the white color is a pearl white color, it's not a completely pure white color, so it looks nice. It's got this shiny pearlescent kind of feel to it. So overall build quality looks nice, the phone looks premium, and it has a couple of good things inside as well. So it has a dual core processor, it is running Android Ice Cream Sandwich, and you do have a couple of nice customizations on the phone itself, but it is essentially running a stock version of Android, so not a lot of customizations, just a few basic ones that have been done by Carbon. So you can see first of all that when you come onto the home screen, now I am running a live wallpaper in the background, and there is a big inherent flaw with this device, and that's what's kind of put me off of this phone. Otherwise, this is a perfectly nice phone. We have a high-res QHD display, so it's a 540 pixel in terms of width display, so that's really nice, a nice and high-res display on the device. It's a 4.5 inch touchscreen. You do have a front-facing camera as well, and you do have a rear-facing camera, and we'll talk about all of these things as and when we get into the full review of those sections. But let's talk about the phone, and let's start off with the interface. So like I said, the build quality is nice, but talking about the UI, so you have standard Android elements, you have quick launch for your Wi-Fi data, GPS. Now this is a customization that Carbon has done. You can quickly jump into settings over here. You'll see that you have stock Android settings panel, nothing special. You can get over-the-air updates, which is nice. You can connect via Wi-Fi or mobile data plan, which is also great. Now you can see it's running Android 4.0.4. and it could have run Jelly Bean, but there is a problem. Now this device has under 400 megabyte of usable RAM, and in most cases you have only about 100 megabyte free. That in turn basically kills the phone. Now what's the point of a dual core phone which has only 100 megabyte of free memory? Now I can't run games like Asphalt, I can't run sort of heavy games that would have ideally run on a dual core 1 gigahertz processor, do not run on this device, and the phone turns out to be really slow. You can see that there is a big lag when I shift from screen to screen, and that is because I am running a live wallpaper which is consuming a lot of RAM. Now if I shift to a basic simple wallpaper which doesn't have any requirement for RAM, if I just switch to a stock wallpaper, you'll see that it starts to smooth out and transition from page to page improves. That means that a basic thing like a live wallpaper slows down this phone, which I saw in phones like 2 years ago, where Micromax came out with their first Android phone, which would slow down once I put in a live wallpaper. So that's something that you'll have to notice. When you come into the dialer, you'll see that you have the standard Android dialer, no customizations here as well, basic change of color and fonts. So this is your phone, you can go into your call log, you can go into your contacts. Now in your call log, you can choose from SIM 1, SIM 2 or both SIMs. Again with your phone, you can choose what SIM card you want to use, and then quickly decide whether or not you want to make a call with that phone number. Again, this is your messaging panel. You have the stock Android keyboard over here. You can quickly type in a message, no problem, and you can quickly go back to fix your errors as well. You can also turn on a predictive text dictionary, or you can turn it off. You also have a voice to text. You can also switch from portrait into landscape, which will happen if you turn on rotation. So let me quickly turn on rotation and ensure that it's on. It was working previously. Come on. So you can see like bugs like these start to bother us a lot. While some things were working just fine, they suddenly stopped working. So I don't know why rotation in messages is not working, but it was working previously when I was trying it out. Now you can see that it loads up websites beautifully. That's because most of the processing is done by the graphics processor. The processor itself, a RAM requirement is at a minimum, so you can see that websites load up again. But when you start to scroll through, when you start to pinch in, is where the RAM would come in handy, and it doesn't now. Because you don't have a lot of it, and you'll see that there is lag again. Now you can see that it's shifted from portrait into landscape, and you have the same sort of experience. You can run Google Chrome on this to improve your browsing performance a little bit. Flash content also plays, and it plays just fine. If I talk about the camera on this device, you have a 5 megapixel autofocus camera that does a pathetic job of clicking pictures. It is an autofocus camera, so you can get tap to focus, and it does focus pretty well, and you will get crispy images, but I will show you an image on screen right now. You will see that it gets these yellow lines when lighting is not proper, so your photograph almost becomes yellow. If you shift into video mode, you will see that it has a poor resolution of just 480p, so it doesn't even do 720p video, which is again a depressing thing. What's the point of a dual core phone which doesn't even do 720p video? They could have added that simply into this. The processor is capable of it. I don't know why they didn't do that. Now again, you have a front-facing camera as well. If I switch quickly to a front-facing camera, you will see that we have a front-facing camera as well. With this, you can see that quality of the camera is really poor. If I shift into photo mode, very poor shots. We get maximum VGA pictures. You can jump into settings. You can say we have QVGA pictures or VGA pictures. You can see that this is really difficult to change. But anyway, you have VGA or QVGA. But if I shift into video, all I get is a maximum 640 by 480 size picture size, and that's about it. So 640 by 480 is the maximum size of video when you're taking front video, and when you're in the standard camera, the maximum size is 720 by 480, which is quite a disappointment. Camera is not that great. It's a very stock application. You don't have any sort of customizations in here either. You just have a couple of scene modes, so you can see auto, action, or night, and then you have basic things like face detection that really does not work. It'll pick up one face out of say like 5 faces. So in terms of the camera, a big disappointment when it came to the camera. Let's talk about multimedia now. This device does have a decent video playback option. It does lag a lot, and that's again thanks to the RAM. It will play back videos up to 720p, but with a lot of lag, again maybe because of the memory being low. But it does load up videos without any issue. So if we go into iGAN's channel now, you can see that we have the new YouTube app over here. If I quickly jump into one of our recent videos, you can see that if I shift into landscape, it does load up the video, but even at this angle, the angle that I'm sitting at, I cannot see the video properly. That's because the screen is quite dark. Viewing angles are quite poor. You will just not enjoy the video experience because audio is low, viewing angles are poor, and playback seems to stutter. If you put a HD video on this, anything over 720p fails to load. 720p will load in certain situations, but again, it is very choppy. So you will have to see like 480p videos or QHD videos on the screen, and that's about it. That's all that you can actually play on this. Now, if you do hold down on the home button, you get the multitasking window, which you can quickly use to end all running applications, free up some RAM, which will improve performance of the phone just a tad bit, not too much. We did run Quadrant benchmark to show you what the graphics and the hardware on the inside is, so you can check out that video. It should be on the screen right now. You should check out that video if you are looking to get more information on hardware. You can check out that video. Now, if like I said, when I try running Asphalt, it just goes into a boot loop. So I can show you that it shows me the Gameloft logo. It says verifying content, and then it goes into a boot loop all over again. So it says checking license, and it goes into a boot loop, it restarts. So yes, for all those who are wondering, we do have a valid Asphalt 7 bought from the store, and it's not one of those bootleg ones, but it does not work on this device. Basic games like Jetpack Joyride, Temple Run, Angry Birds, Bad Piggies, all those seem to run up just fine, but again, you'll see that RAM requirement is a lot for any sort of game, and it's not as smooth as you would expect from a dual core phone. So essentially what they've done is stuffed in a dual core phone, but they've not been able to make it convenient for usage. So you get a basic idea of gaming. Again, it's recommended that anytime you quit a game that uses RAM, you should like end it completely by holding down on the taskbar, or you'll have a lot of issues with the phone slowing down and all of that. Now you do get all your notifications in the notification panel. The phone is essentially a good phone. It looks good. It's a good built phone. But if you want it for multimedia usage, or if you want it for high performance, I would say no completely, because of the fail RAM. If they would have put 1 GB of RAM, I would have sold this phone personally, going to everyone's house. This is a beautiful phone. They have put in a wonderful display. They have put in a good processor. The processor is quite capable, but they didn't put in enough RAM. It does have a good GPU as well. It would have run games like Asphalt, and it's even compatible with Nova 3, which is stupid because you don't have enough RAM to run it, but the processor and the hardware is quite capable of running it. So a big fail from Carbon when it comes to that. If you want to get this phone just for the sheer looks, you can get it, but in terms of performance, it's no better than something that would cost you $6,000, because of the simple fact that it doesn't have one essential thing, that is RAM. They forgot to put it, I guess. 1 GB of RAM would have made this phone the most wonderful phone available in the market today, and it would have been on iGyan's top list, but it's not. So two big failures: RAM and a poor camera. Everything else on the phone is great. We will come back with more videos for you guys really soon, so you can wait for those. For more unboxing videos, reviews and tutorials, you can check out igyan.in. If you have any questions or queries, do leave them in the comment section below, or on Facebook, Twitter, Google+. You can check out the full review with details, specs and images on iGyan. The link should be in the description below. For iGyan Networks, this has been Bharat Nagpal. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channels. It's youtube.com/iGyan, youtube.com/iGyanTV. Till I see you next time, guys. Thank you for watching.